So please share my screen. Yeah.
Okay. हमारा बोलिते प्रभु और किछु नहीं তুমি আমারা মাতা পিতা বন্ধু ভাই বন্ধু দ্বারা সুতা সুতা তব দাসী দাসা সেই তো সম্বন্ধে সবে আমারা প্রয়াস ধন জন গ্রহ দ্বারা তোমারা বলিয়া রাখা করি আমি মাত্র সেবক হইয়া তোমারা কার্যেরা তরে উপজীব ধান তোমারা সংসারে ব্যয় করিব বাহন ভালো মন্দ নাহি জানি সেবা মাত্র করি তোমারা সংসারে আমি বিষয় প্রহারি তোমারা ইচ্ছায় মোরা ইন্দ্রিয় চালন শ্রবণ দর্শন গ্রহণ ভোজন वासन নিজ সুখ লাগি কিছু নাহি করিয়ারা ভক্তি বিনোদ বলে তব সুখ সারা हमारा बोलिते प्रभु और किछु नहीं তুমি আমারা মাতা পিতা বন্ধু ভাই Nothing remains mine. Father, friend, brother, you are even these to me. Those whom I called friends, wife, sons and daughters are all your servants and maidservants. Whatever care I take for them is only as it relates to you. If I continue to maintain my wealth, family members, home and wife, it is because they are yours. I am a mere servant. For your service I will earn money and bear the expense of your household. I know neither good nor bad. I merely serve. I am but a watchman who guards the properties in your household. The exercising of my senses, hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching is done according to your desire. I no longer do anything for my own pleasure. Bhaktivinoda says, your happiness is the essence of everything. That's a Vrajvasi. Thanks. May Krishna be happy, and I will do everything for Krishna's happiness. I will engage all my senses, not for my enjoyment, but for Krishna's enjoyment. Atma Indriya Priti Vancha Tare Balikam Krishna Indriya Priti Ichha Dhare Prem Nam. And act according to the directions, instructions of Krishna. And everything is Krishna's, meant for Krishna's enjoyment. So I will use everything for his enjoyment. And nobody relates to me. Everybody's Krishna's. So I'll take care of them as Krishna's sons and daughters.
Very nice. All jivas are part and parcel of Krishna, and they have eternal relationship with Krishna. So, knowing that, we should help each other connect to Krishna. That's the meaning of association. We all inspire each other. For instance, Parastan Katunam.
Pavanam Bhagavadesha Mitho Ratair Mitho Tushti Nivrita Mitha Atma.
So we should help each other develop. Yeah.
Devotees, they associate with each other. They talk about Krishna, Makchita Mankata Pran, like that, and they develop loving friendship, and they feel great happiness and satisfaction, and they encourage each other in giving up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all misery.
Nito Nivrittir. Nivrittir Mithor. Nivritti means renunciation of material desires. So by helping each other, which is the cause of all suffering. So as soon as we have material desires, we get a material body, and the material body gives us a lot of suffering. If not today, then tomorrow. So you don't want to get another material body. Of course, Mama Janmani Janmani Shore. But yes, whatever I have, my body is also yours, and I use it to serve you. Instead of my sense gratification, using the body for my own sense gratification, I will use the body for your sense gratification. Correct?
And the body is yours, yeah, Krishna's.
I'll use it for your, is in your enjoyment, right? You can, with my body, I will serve you, and this way I will give you enjoyment. So, yeah, that's the.
Yeah. Because if we don't use the body properly, then it's taken away in the sense that Punar Mushika Bhava, again become a mouse, again go into lower species.
Right. The human body is especially meant for self-realization, to awaken our love for God. And if we don't use that body for that purpose, then Krishna will say, okay, you want eating, waiting, sleeping, depending. This only you want, okay, take another. Why you need a human body? You can take a lower form of body, because you only aspire for these things, which is which animals do without any anxiety. In human life, it is where there is a lot of anxiety, right? To maintain all these things. But animals are doing without any anxiety. Sense gratification.
नायम देहोदया भाजन निर्लोके कष्टान कामान अर्हते विदपुजामि तपो दिव्यम पुत्र कयेन सतं शुद्धेद यस्मान् ब्रह्म सौख्यम त्व अनंतम. Rishabdev is saying that these material bodies that we have acquired, it should not be used to work hard day and night or for sense gratification, which even dogs and hogs are doing. One should practice tapodivyam, austerity and penance in devotional service. And in this way, you become purified and you go back home, back to God, and enjoy eternal blissful life. लाभो जीवित यावता जीवस्य तत्त्व जिज्ञासनार्थो यश्चेह कर्म.
That was also. Life's desires should never be directed towards sense gratification. One should only desire a healthy life and nothing else, but inquire into the absolute truth should be the goal of one's work. Although Prabhupada said, what is the goal of life? The goal of life is to enjoy. But the enjoyment in service to Krishna. That's
That is real enjoyment. The other one is illusory. It's temporary enjoyment, but
Krishna says, yes, that enjoyment which gives you suffering is not real enjoyment, which ultimately leads to another material body and another imprisonment in material existence. So that's not real enjoyment, right? That enjoyment that is giving you an auspicious result. The enjoyment that keeps you in the material world, that's not real. That's, we have to suffer birth, death, old age, disease, no matter who you are. You have to go through this birth, death, old age, disease. So, how can that be nice? So like that, you have to contemplate on all these things. And think deeply about it. And surrender to Krishna, basically. That's the purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yes. In the home program, they were saying about the material happiness, right? And yeah, we should have mentioned about this man falling in the well and surrounded by so many dangers, trying to enjoy in this world, when the drop of honey falling on his tongue.
That verse is there. Putra Shisha Shuti Shukha.
Mritta.
Vedam Kalevaram Ashesha
निर्विद्यते न तो जनु यदवति विद्वान कामालम मधुलवेश्यमें दुरापहे. It's like a mirage in a desert.
Like a mirage in the desert, and this body is Putra Shisha Shuti Shukha. It is very nice. All these things is very nice to hear. Or nice to, we do mental concoction. I will get this and I will enjoy like this, and then this will happen and that will happen. And then you get disease and everything and you die. Like the deer in the desert. He's thinking, okay, if I go a little bit farther, then I will get water, I will get water, I will get water. Similarly, we are thinking, if that thing happens in my life, this thing happens, then I will get a lot of money, when I get this, when I get that, then I'll be very happy. It's nice to hear all these things. In the modern world, it doesn't help. Because they also say, you get this and you will be very happy. Advertisement is based on that principle. Get this and you will be very happy. But this is like a mirage in the desert, right? It's like you chase after that, you get it, but it's not there. The happiness is not there. Or water is not there. So you keep running. That's why Krishna says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvapad.
मनोगतान आत्मीयैव आत्मनतुष्ट सिता प्रज्ञता तोच्यते. Give up all concocted desires for material enjoyment.
So mind will give a lot of proposals for enjoyment, but you can say no, this is not in my. You're giving me a proposal, but I don't accept your proposal. You are giving me so many proposals at every moment, every time. I don't accept. So like that we can distance ourselves from the mind. Apudyamanam
Achla pratishtam samudram vaha pravishanti tatvat kamayam pravishanti service sa shantim apnoti na kam kami.
So, yeah, we should say, I'm not the mind. This is mind, yeah, this is my past. The mind is saying, but I'm not the mind. This is not me. So like that we can distance ourselves from the mind. That's what Krishna is saying like that. Sarvapartha Manogatan means it's on the mind. It's easier said than done, but we have to practice like that. Distance from our thoughts and desires, and then practice. Krishna also helps. So after we chant good japa, then our remembrance of Krishna should increase. Our taste, we should feel like, I should chant even a little bit more rounds. This is nice. This japa was nice. That's the proof that we chanted good japa. And our thoughts of Krishna and our attachment to Krishna should increase after a good japa. So that means we chanted nicely, and we want to chant more japa. We feel like it was nice. Of course, we may say, I want to chant more japa because I have to finish my 16 rounds. Yes, that's there, but we should feel like, no, this is nice, I want to chant. And if you don't feel like that, then that's okay. Keep chanting. That's the Vedic sadhana. Okay. Ultimately, we want to get pleasure means giving pleasure to Krishna. We want to feel pleasure in giving pleasure to Krishna. So that's what it is. Correct? Correct.
Yes.
So then we are fit to go back to the spiritual world because there everybody is, they take pleasure. Actually, they get more pleasure than, like you were saying, Krishna does not know. Right? What he does not know. He doesn't have, Krishna doesn't have
Love for himself.
love for himself. So the devotees have love for Krishna. And then Krishna wonders what is the happiness that they are feeling.
Yeah, the devotees feel more enjoyment than Krishna.
So we should serve and serve Krishna. Whatever services we have, we should do services to Krishna in the right mood, in the right consciousness, and to give pleasure to Krishna. Okay. Whether we are chanting or hearing, Krishna is pleased, then our life is successful. Okay, so that's anything else? Okay, so we'll read 3:30 to 24. Yadasya chittam arteshu sameshva indriyavrittihi na vikranati vaishamyam priyam apriyamityuta. The exalted devotee's mind becomes equipoised in sensory activities and is transcendental to that which is agreeable and not agreeable. The significance of advancement in transcendental knowledge and detachment from material attraction is exhibited in the personality of a highly advanced devotee. For him, there is nothing agreeable or disagreeable because he does not act in any way for his personal sense gratification. Whatever he does, whatever he thinks, is for the satisfaction of the personality of God. Either in the material world or in the spiritual world, his equipoised mind is completely manifested. He can understand that in the material world there is nothing good. Everything is bad due to its being contaminated by material nature. What's the verse? Nothing is good, everything is bad. This good and bad are simply mental concoctions. What is that verse?
Oh, there is nothing good, nothing bad. Oh, everything. How does it start? Dvaita Bhadra Bhadra Gyan Ei Manodharm Ei Bhala Ei Manda Ei Sabram.
Correct. So, there is nothing, we think this is good, this is bad, but it is all bad. Prabhupada is saying like that. In the material world, it is all bad. What is the example given? He said, this is good, this is bad.
I think the stool,
Correct.
dry stool and wet stool.
Correct. So, this is the verse. Daite bhadra abhadra gyan sab manodhar ei bhala ei manda ei shabram. And in the material world, conceptions of good and bad are all mental speculations. Therefore, saying this is good and this is bad is all mistake. Why? Because we are in the material world, in the prison house. You are in the prison house and then you say this is good in the prison, this is bad in the prison. Arey, you are in the prison house. So how can you say this is good or this is bad in the prison house? It's all bad. Because
Like the first class prison and second class prison, like that.
correct.
Gold chain, iron chains.
So we think this is good, this is bad, but it's all bad. because we are contaminated with everything. Like, because we have turned away from Krishna. And one is absorbed in the illusory reality of Krishna and cannot understand Krishna. One cannot understand what is good for him. What is bad? Conceptions of good and bad and all imaginations are mental speculations. Of course, devotional, everything related to Krishna, devotional service is good. Everything else is bad. Only devotional service is good. Everything else is bad. When one forgets that he is an eternal servant of Krishna, he wants to enjoy material world through different plans. That's what Krishna is saying. Sarva Partha Manubhatam. You have this plan to enjoy, you have that plan to enjoy. So many plans we have. At that time, he distinguishes between material plans that are good and those that are bad. Actually, however, they are all false. So, they are all illusory. Whichever way you enjoy. The materialist conclusions of good and bad, moral and immoral, etc. are simply mental concoction or sentiment. Actually, there is nothing good in the material world. In the spiritual field, everything is absolutely good. There is no inebriety in spiritual varieties. Because the devotee accepts everything in the spiritual world, he is equipoised. That is the symptom of his being elevated to transcendental position. He automatically attains detachment, vairagya, then jnana, knowledge, and then actual transcendental knowledge. The conclusion is that an advanced devotee reveals himself in the transcendental qualities of the Lord, and in the sense that he becomes qualitatively one with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, as we get taste in service to Krishna, then automatically we become detached. What is that? What is about higher taste in the Bhagavad Gita? As we get higher taste in the Lord is concerned.
विषयावनि वर्धन्ते निरारस्य देहिनं रसोवर्जं रसोपेयस्य परं दृष्टवान् वर्तते.
Okay, so stop with this bhag here. Should we stop more?
We can wait one more verse.
Okay. Satadeva atmana atmanam nidasangam samadarshunam eyopadeyam arudham padam ikshate. Because of his transcendental intelligence, the pure devotee is equipoised in his vision and sees himself to be uncontaminated by matter. He does not see anything as superior or inferior. And he feels himself elevated to the transcendental platform of being equal in qualities with the Supreme Person. So, Sukha Dukkha Samekrita Alabha Alabha or Sukha Dukkha Samadhiram, Dukkha Sukha Samadhiram, so Amritatvaya Kalpate. So many verses like that. So he is equipoised because he is focused on his goal of going back to Godhead, serving Krishna. So he doesn't allow anything to disturb that. I mean, the material world this way, things happen this way, that way. Perception of the agreeable and disagreeable arises from attachment. A devotee has no personal attachment to anything. Therefore, for him, there is no question of agreeable or disagreeable. For the service of the Lord, he can accept anything, even though it may be disagreeable to his personal interest. In fact, he is completely free from personal interest, and thus anything agreeable to the Lord is agreeable to him. So he has no personal interest. His interest is the interest of the Lord. For example, for Arjuna, at first fighting was not agreeable, but when he understood that the fighting was agreeable to the Lord, he accepted the fighting as agreeable. That is the position of a pure devotee. For his personal interest, there is nothing which is agreeable or disagreeable. Everything is done for the Lord, and therefore is free from attachment and aversion. It means hate and attachment. Aversion means like raga, dvesha, vimutta. So, that verse. Raga, dvesha, vimutta. Raga and dvesha, free from attachment. Manmana or dvesha, vimutta. Upashritya, many people took shelter of me in the past, in the 10th perfection. Right? 264. Or that's another one. This is the one. this is Raga Dvesha Vimukta is to Ishan Indriyascha Atma Vashya Vidhe Atma Prasadam Adhigachati.
Another verse is Vitarag Bhaya Krodha, being free from attachment, fear, and anger.
But a person free from all attachment and aversion, able to control his senses to regulate the principles of freedom, can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. Prasadam Adhigachati. And the other one was which was Vitaraga Bhaya
Both him.
Krodha. Vidaraga Bhaya Krodha Maya Mamukashita Tahojana Jnanatapasa Udhamatavagata. Being free from attachment, fear and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me. Many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me and thus got quality and transcendental love for me. Okay. So human life is to purify our consciousness, to purify our heart, which is best done by practicing devotional service. There are other ways to purify yoga and all that, but they are not complete. But by coming in contact with the Supreme Pure, then we will become pure. Like Bhagavatam is Krishna also. So coming in contact with Krishna through his holy name, through Bhagavatam, then slowly, gradually we will become pure. And reading the purports of Srila Prabhupada, who is all pure, pure devotee. Also. Hearing from pure devotees. For his personal interest, there is nothing which is agreeable. Okay. Everything is done for the Lord and therefore is free from attachment and aversion. That is the transcendental state of spirituality. A pure devotee enjoys life in the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So he is not concerned with the result, he just wants to. His intention is to please the Supreme Lord, and that is what Krishna says, Bhava Rai Janardana. And he wants to please the Supreme Lord, and he feels very happy. When the result is there, the result is not there. So okay. Anything else?
Yeah, something in this purport reminded me of what I had mentioned in the Giriraj Maharaj pastime, I'll build you a temple. He was talking about like how this Mr. N was trying to make him fall down, right? So he sent a woman to him like prostitute, and Maharaj was saying that, yeah, I'll read his words. I was just 24 years old and my mind and senses were in tizzy. I thought I might just give in. But then I considered when the news of this incident got out, our position as a movement would be weakened and Srila Prabhupada's mission will be compromised. I thought I cannot hurt Srila Prabhupada like this. Then I realized how powerful is Srila Prabhupada's mercy, that I actually loved him more than I loved myself because I was ready to do something that would hurt me personally but wasn't prepared to do something that would hurt him because he has invested so much trust and love in us and gave us so much responsibility that I wanted to rise to the occasion and not disappoint him. So like as the purport was saying that even it might hurt us personally, right? Personal interest.
We should not hurt the interest of the movement.
Yeah, so same, looking at Krishna's pleasure or Guru's pleasure, and so many acharyas who have invested, trust and faith in us.
Good point, yeah. Anybody else like to say anything? Yeah, so how would Srila Prabhupada feel? How would Acharyas feel? So that's something we have to think. How would Krishna feel? how would the movement be affected?
This is surrender.
Huh?
If you do, that is a surrender. If you do according to the Krishna's will or Guru's will, that is surrender.
So, Krishna is seeing who we are choosing, Maya or him.
Like a movie.
I was hearing.
Among was saying that there are so many things to entice us in this world, and Krishna wants to see if we'll choose him still. So, there are so many things to do, right? And so many things that will tempt us. So still we are choosing to follow his direction, to follow his instruction. That means we like him. So Krishna wants to see that. Okay. Ultimately, we all want pleasure only at the end of the day. Anandamaya Sat. Because Krishna is full of pleasure, we are also full of pleasure. But because our consciousness is turned away from Krishna, that's why we are seeking pleasure in the body and in the material consciousness, in the mind, like that. But Prabhupada was saying in one class that real pleasure means it's not through the senses, it is through the soul. The soul, that pleasure is different category. Undoubtedly, there is some pleasure in material, but that pleasure is very paltry.
The ultimate enemy of the sense enjoy.
Yeah, it is not satisfying. It is very temporary, and the other thing is it will give you for little pleasure. It will take you a lot of effort to maintain. Like if you want little pleasure in the house, like that, now you have to maintain the house. You keep, and of course you may say I'm living in the house or like that. So you have to take a big responsibility for enjoying little pleasure. So, which can be done as a service to Krishna, but you have to be like in the proper frame of mind and then like that. So, yeah, we want to get pleasure. That is the nature of every living entity to experience pleasure. But we should seek pleasure in service to Krishna. Where we are seeking pleasure, that's, of course we may say I'm not getting any pleasure in Krishna's service. I'm not getting so much pleasure. Yes, so it will not come overnight, but it is going to come. It is there in the holy name. So Prabhupada says, Anand. Yeah.
And also, like earlier, the creation told, like we don't know how in this lower stage, right? Condition. The
Can't hear.
mind
Can
is
everybody hear? Can everybody hear?
It's difficult to hear.
Okay, Anandamaya Vyasa means by nature jubilant. There is no moroseness. In the Upanishad, the Vedas, it is said, Nitya Nityanam Chetana Chetanam. That God is the chief of living beings. He is the chief of the persons, he is chief of knowledge. In this way is described. Just like you can find out amongst us, one is more intelligent, more in knowledge in this way. Okay, God is, he is enjoying with his flute and his associates, his consort Radharani and the gopis. You will never find Krishna in morose condition. And unless when Radharani becomes angry and has, rejects Krishna, then Krishna becomes sad. But that sadness, I think, is also not sadness. It's pleasure. it gives pleasure. He is in jubilation always. And because we are also part and parcel of Krishna, we have got the propensity to dance with young girls or enjoy the company of young girls. That propensity is not unnatural because it is there in Krishna. It is natural jubilation because it is in material contact. We cannot enjoy it fully. There are so many inabilities. Those who have seen our temple, we worship Radha and Krishna in jubilation. They are along with the gopis playing the flute, many musical instruments dancing. So people have this disco and nightclub and whatever. They are also dancing. Krishna also dances at night with all the gopis. Here also there are so many dance clubs and things like that. So the tendency is there in us because it is there in Krishna also. So Prabhupada is saying. But because here it is in material contact, we cannot enjoy it fully. That is the definition given in Vedanta Sutra. Ananda Bhayopyasat. By nature jubilant, there is no moroseness, there is no happiness. That is the kingdom of God. Okay, and because we try to enjoy independently here of Krishna, then we get suffering. So
Krishna is the only Purusha. Rest everybody is Prakriti to be enjoyed by Krishna. So we can't enjoy the other person. We are all kind of females. Krishna is the only male.
yeah, when we offer ourselves to be enjoyed by Krishna, then we enjoy the most. Actually, that's how it is. When we offer ourselves to be enjoyed by Krishna, then we will experience it. Right. But when we try to become the enjoyers like Krishna, then we will experience suffering. That is the whole sum and substance of this Krishna consciousness philosophy. That Krishna is the enjoyer, and I am meant to be enjoyed by Krishna. So, to give service to Krishna in this way, Krishna will enjoy my service, and I will also feel happy. When Krishna is happy, then the whole is nourished, then the part automatically becomes happy.
यथा तरोर्मूलनिश्चलेन तृप्यन्ति तत्स्कन्धभुजोपशाखा प्राप्नो प्राप्नो च यथेन्द्रियाणां तथैव सर्वराहमच्युतेज प्राणोपराज यथेन्द्रियाणां तथैव सर्वाहनम् अच्युतेज. Now you can hear me or?
Now it's better.
Okay.
So that is the only thing we have to remember. And Prabhupada said, like, Krishna consciousness is finished. Jiva Krishna Das. Jiva Krishna Das.
आई विश्वास कर ले तो और दुख होना है. राधा कृष्णा बोल बोल बोलो रे सखाए.
If the Jiva feels that I am servant of Krishna, then there is no more. Then you are in your constitutional position. In your constitutional position, you are very happy. All the struggle is there because you are not in our constitutional position. If you are not in your constitutional position, means you are in an abnormal position. Like if we sit sometimes, right, in a very awkward position, then we can't sit for a long time because it hurts. But when we sit naturally like that, then we can sit comfortably and we are alright. So in the same way, we have to move towards our constitutional position. Now we are turned away from our constitutional position. Jivere Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. We are turned away. So we have to bring our consciousness to that situation again. That I am meant to serve Krishna, I am meant to be enjoyed by Krishna. That when we come back to that situation, then we feel very happy. Okay. So like that. Philosophical discussion. So we can read about Gopashtami. What do you think?
Sure.
You have
Yes,
any document on Gopashtami? Or
I do.
we can hear
What
it.
is your class next class on Gopashtami?
Yeah, that's also I was thinking what I should do. Maybe on Kalia, right? I should speak on Kalia. Right? That's what we're thinking.
We can speak on any Krishna's pastimes.
Which pastime is good to speak about? See, all are good. It's all Rasgulla. You can buy it from anywhere, but lessons from Kalia's pastime. Okay, so we'll read Kalia from Krishna book or Gopal Champu or whatever. Anand Vrindavan Champu is Kalia. Of course, we're reading Damodar Leela, so we can finish that and then read Kalia. Is that okay? Or, yeah, we'll finish this. So gopis were very surprised to see that Yashoda is not able to buy Krishna because they were saying, just some time back you tied a belt around Krishna's waist. Mother Yashoda also every day ties Krishna the waist belt around his waist. So, but they are saying now you cannot bind him with all the ropes in your house. Despite the number of ropes you tie together, they always end up 2 inches too short. There is some strange cause behind this phenomena. So you better stop trying to bind your son. Gopis are saying, don't bind your son. Some strange thing is happening. In great astonishment, Yashoda addressed the gopis. Oh, Braj gopis, I have no more ropes. So please bring all the ropes stored in your houses. So another way, Ayendra Prabhu was saying that we want to bind Krishna, but we want to do it together in Sankirtan. We want to engage everybody else also in binding Krishna. So Yashoda is engaging all the gopis. So we should come together and through Sankirtan we can please Lord Chaitanya. And then we come together to chant the glories of the Lord. And like that we have japa also, which we do usually. But she was engaging everybody. Of course, here she doesn't feel like that. She's just wanting to bind Krishna. So please bring all the ropes stored in your houses. It was not out of fear that the gopis had gave all the ropes to Yashoda. But they did in order to see Krishna's glorious transcendental character and relish in his blissful pastimes. They wanted to see, Yashoda wanted to see how much rope it takes to go around my son's belly. I want to see. They were also, gopis were also thinking, yeah. Feigning anger, Yashoda took all the additional ropes and tried again to bind her naughty son. So, while enjoying the scene, the doe-eyed housewives of Vrindavan laughed quietly, while secretly tasting a special joy in their hearts. So it was giving they were laughing very quietly because of course they don't want to upset Yashoda, maybe that's why. But internally they were like feeling very, what's going on? They were feeling some special joy about Krishna. All the blissful moods of spiritual love harmonized in Krishna's childhood pastimes. So they feel Krishna is so wonderful. And though Krishna's hands were very delicate, his eyes soon pained from continually rubbing the tears falling from them. So he was crying and he was crying so much. We read in Damodar Journey that it made a pool at his feet. So much water. Krishna cried. Like you were saying, Mansarovar, right? Mansarovar is made from
Radharani's tears.
Radharani's tears. So we may not believe how can that happen. How can somebody cry that so much? Prem Sarovar is also from Radha and Krishna's tears. Right?
Yes.
because Radharani was feeling that Krishna will leave her and go. So although she was with Krishna, but when the bee came and Krishna told Madhu Mangal, you chase this bee away, and then he said, Madhu is gone, Madhu is gone. And Madhu is also another name of Krishna. Radharani thought, Krishna is gone, Krishna is gone. But Krishna was with her, but still she felt like that separation and she cried tears and tears. Krishna is gone, and Krishna cried tears and tears, seeing Radharani cry, and they all mingled, mixed together and formed the Prem Sarovar. Okay. Maybe this time we can go to Prem Sarovar. Deep and deep.
We have been. We started at the Govardhan Parikrama Marg.
Okay.
And with a nice, you remember how it looks like? It's very beautiful.
Sarovar. There's so many places. Govindakund, I remember. Prem Sarovar. Did we just see from afar or? No, we went down, right? There were steps going down.
Yeah, make me paste the link. You might paste it.
So another thing, if anybody wants to come to Vrindavan, planning to go December 30th to January 19th. So if you have some time, you can come. You can go to. I have to go for my mother's ceremony of the ashes and things like. So if you have time and you want to like go to Mayapur, where there is Ganga and Vrindavan, there is cinema. So, right.
Yes.
This is the Prem Sarovar. Oh, this is like the. There is Kusum Sarovar is also like this only, right? With all the castles and. What is Kusum Sarovar?
No, this is. Yeah, this looks like Kusum Sarovar also. So then I may be confused.
Kusum Sarovar is the next to that Radha Man Bihari temple. Yeah.
Okay, so Prem Sarovar is in Barsana.
I thought we saw it from the top, from Nandagram. What we saw, no, we were standing on the top.
Nandagaon. Yeah, Nandagaon is where we went to Barsana. It's very close, Nandagaon, where we saw the deities of Nanda Baba and Yashoda and ate prasad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Barsana, there are so many places we didn't go. Vrindakund.
Vrindavan, very beautiful place.
More Kutir.
Yeah. So, yeah, if anybody wants to join, anybody thinking about it,
For what show?
or going to Vrindavan and Mayapur in December. Want to come?
Yeah, probably I will come, but I will go. I will go, of course, Vrindavan. Not sure about Mayapur.
Okay. All the blissful moods of spiritual love harmonized in Krishna's childhood pastimes. Though Krishna's hands were very delicate, his eyes soon pained from continually rubbing the tears falling from them. In joke of voice, he spoke some richly sweet words that captivated the minds of all. Finally, Krishna cried in a gentle, honey-sweet voice. Empathizing with Krishna, close friends like Subal also wept along with their bosom friend. Krishna is crying, his friends are also crying because they are sympathizing and empathizing with Krishna. So, Yashoda's heart palpitated with her heavy breathing. Her hair loosened and the flowers fell to the ground. Perspiring, tired, overwhelmed, and her labors frustrated, Yashoda sat down to rest and figure out how to tie up Krishna. So this is frustration she is experiencing. What are the three F's? Just
Failure, frustration, Failure, fatigue, and feedback.
Failure, failure or frustration. Yeah, fatigue is tiredness, and feedback was the feedback that she was getting from all the gopis. But still, she would not give up. So even if you fail, you should not give up. You should keep trying. And frustrate frustration because of failure, and then fatigue. You may be tired. You should work very hard. Sadhana sometimes makes us tired also, right? But of course, we should try to balance our sleep and everything so we don't feel tired. Otherwise, we'll not. But it is tiring, right? Day in and day out to get up early in the morning to chant Hare Krishna and do our services. Maybe tiring, but we should feel happy. Of course, we will take care of the body and our health also. Failure, fatigue, and feel. Yashoda sat down to rest and tried to figure out how to tire Krishna. A short line later, she tried to again to bind her matchless son. So we also say she was very determined to bind. The elderly gopis, uh, Shikshashtam Prabhu was saying she was doing parishram. Parishram means she was working very hard from all angles. Pari means from all angles. Shram means labor. But she was thinking every way how to bind Krishna. Similarly, we also should see how we can come closer to Krishna. What should we do to come closer to Krishna? Like that. What what should I change? What do I have to do to come closer to Krishna? So like that. So parishram means leaving no stone unturned. She was trying her very, very best. And he was saying like the parishram, uh, parivar, the one who attacks you from all sides is parivar. Var means, yeah.
Yeah, trying from all sides, uh, yeah, different ways.
Different ways.
Like a perimeter all around.
Oh, yeah. Correct. So he was trying every way. And what was
We
happening?
say like that parikrama,
Parikrama.
perimeters. Yeah.
Parishram. Drishtva parishramam. Something like that was it, right? Drishtva parishramam.
Yeah, Shvam. So this, because Mother Yashoda's labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration, flowers, and comb were falling from her hair. When, yeah, so I'm pasting the link. I mean, yeah, this one. When child Krishna saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound.
He was commenting on seeing the parishramam. Drishtva parishramam means Krishna is seeing so much hard work she is doing. Somatu svinha gatraya vishrashta kabara srajaha Drishtva parishramam Krishna kripaya asit sobandhane. So he agreed to be bound. Sobandhane. He agreed to be bound. Kripaya asit. Showing mercy on his mother. Kripa. Right? His father is merciful on his mother. He agreed. Asit Sobandhane. Of course, we know that there were 16 energies of Krishna. They were all debating, right, whether Krishna can be bound or not bound, like that. So that's why it was saying. And ultimately, Kripa Shakti, who is the Kripa Shakti is what? Queen of all the energies. Then the Kripa Shakti won. So there is so much logic and everything. Other Shaktis were giving so much logic. But Krishna's Kripa, the causeless mercy, that overpowered everything. So like that, Krishna Kripa is the one we are hoping will get. Despite all my, shortcomings and everything, one day Krishna will bless His mercy upon me. Krishna, I'm waiting. Tatenukampam susamishyamano gunjanaiva vipakam. Earnestly waiting for the Lord's causeless mercy, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds. He offers obeisances to the Lord with his mind, body, and words. With heart, with vag, vapu, with his heart, vag, with his words, vapu, with his body. Heart means mind, like that. So, yeah. So, this I remember from the classes. Okay.
So that represents the two fingers short, right? One is our endeavor, another is Krishna's mercy.
Yeah.
Because without Krishna's mercy, it's always be two fingers short. So both are important, but without Krishna's mercy, we cannot even. It's not complete, right? We can't understand Krishna. We can know about anything about Krishna if His mercy is not there.
Good morning, everyone. So 8:30, we'll give a couple minutes for others to join in and then get started.
It might be an office call.
I want to see here in this verse. We'll read this first.
18. Control F18.
18.
One more.
Yeah, I was thinking that there is in this one where yesterday you told, but there was another verse I was thinking where Parikshit Maharaj asking where he's saying, how did Yashoda? Yeah, this is the one you were quoting yesterday. I was very interested. Neither Lord Brahma. Yeah, that's where Parikshit Maharaj is asking. Or Maharaj Parikshit. Yeah. Or how did he become their son? That's maybe the second. Anyhow, so Drishva Parishram, he was seeing all the Somatu Svinnakartaya. His own mother, Somatu Svinnakartaya, working very hard. Okay. Yashoda's heart, okay, this. Generally, Gopis, having lost all desire to return to their home, stood motionless while staring at Krishna with unblinking eyes. So the elderly Gopis also didn't want to go back home. They were just looking at Krishna. Now all the ropes in Vrindavan, and the beauty in Vrindavan is that Krishna does not have to
Change his form.
he doesn't have to change his form, change his size. And he can still kill all the demons, right? So, and he can show his mystic ability without exerting himself. Like Vamadev, we are here to become very big, they say. And it is truth, but yeah, to cover up. But here, his belly is not increasing, waist is not increasing. How would that be? They must be wondering, right? I mean, how is this logically possible? Just put ourselves in the shoes of the gopis. They must be thinking, what is going on? The mouth must be like open. They are standing motionless while staring at Krishna with unblinking eyes. They're just looking. They're fixed on Krishna. What is going on? all the ropes in Vrindavan joined in a fruitless attempt to bind the master of the universe. It is impossible to tie up bliss, wisdom, power, and consciousness. So how can anyone tie up Krishna, who is made of nothing but bliss, wisdom, power, and consciousness? We'll finish this in end. How could Yashoda bind one who has no inside or outside, who is limitless, who has no beginning or end, who has infinite power, and who is the totality of everything, who is completely full and beyond any contamination, and who is within and outside of everything? Viewing the situation, the all-powerful Supreme Lord decided to bestow His mercy upon Yashoda. Okay, so we will continue here and read more. It's 8:30, so shall we stop here?
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.